same, but no, not even different. Nothing to solve the issue. Nice. Wow. Wow. Fine. Well, hello there, my friends on YouTube. Welcome to my orchid channel. Well, I guess we start with the disappointment orchid. Nah, I would say it's a disappointment. For me, it's a well, what is it for me? For me, it's been a real challenge. This Oncidopsis Nelly Isler. It's her second spike. Well, it had aphids on it. The other spike managed a bit better. I had a few, but I could just simply easily remove them. Yeah, as I said, this is a real challenge. Likes it cool. It's a thrip magnet, you can see. As soon as the temperature rises, which it has. It's around 23 degrees in here now. Some time ago I had around 17 for quite a long period of time. But now it's a lot warm outside, and it really affects the indoor temperatures. So, and along with higher temperatures comes the insects again. So it was a lot slower progress, life cycle of the insects, the pests, when it was a bit cooler. That's why I have a lot better situation in my kitchen area, where I keep around at highest around 18. The problem with Nelly Isler, let's might as well just keep her here, is root system. Yes, it's very, very difficult to create or let her create a decent root system. It doesn't take much for it to rot. Yes, I would have thought that wet conditions and cooler temperatures would speed up the rotting process to the root system. But no, there's something else. On top of it all, it's very, very difficult to get hold of a decent sized one. This one was a really, it still is a good sized and good condition one, if you compare it to what's out there available. So, well, this one likes it a bit cooler. That much you can see. It's starting to decline immediately in warmer conditions. So outside on the balcony or in your garden, throughout the summer period, is a very excellent idea to keep her, and to keep her at a cooler area and not overwater her. Let it dry a little bit between waterings. This one, for a long time called Aurea, the 3-rowed cross aurea. It's an orchid cross which has got 3 different genesis of orchids in her ancestry. As in this case, Miltoniopsis, Oncidium, and Oncidopsis. So a 3-rowed cross. I wonder why they reclassified this one into Oncidopsis. But, well, I don't know, actually. But she comes in many forms. This is the form I, for the moment, prefer, with a beautiful lip. Well, these are going over, so never mind. But you can see my point. The pattern lip, all right? The red color, basal color, comes from the Stephan Isler, Oncidopsis Stephan Isler. And the pattern lip, which shows in, not in every case, but in many of the cases, yeah? The Miltonopsis, with a, beautiful patterned lip. That's why the Nelly Isler sometimes got a pattern lip and sometimes she doesn't. Yes? Well, guys, now let us look at what I got at Horbach. Yay! Garden section. Couple of few sticks, barbecue sticks, really great, cheap. But what I wasn't really after today was another orchid. So, but I couldn't stop myself from, taking a peek at the orchid section. Of course, you saw the little video. And I bet you saw the Nelly Islers, a poor one, with very, very narrow shaped pseudobulbs, yeah. And there's a good one behind it, which I didn't notice that one at first, but when I was about to leave, we were about to leave, I spotted this one. So, well, imagine my surprise when I saw that. It's probably a Nelly Isler. I don't even really care whether it's the Nelly Isler or the Stephan Isler. I'll only say Cambria mix. And it was a very good price as well. About €15. This look. It's not very common with lovely shiny pseudobulbs. And many as well. Quite a few good plump fat pseudobulbs in here. It's a very, very good plant. Quite wobbly, which concerns me a bit, but she's got a lot of stored energy, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But a couple of new spikes. Look, here. There's another one coming. Yet another one coming. Strange looking one. And, well, you see this one? Yeah, we saw that one. Yeah, didn't we? No. Here's one. Yeah. Here's 2. Here's number 3. And we have, I bet we got number 4 somewhere as well. But no, this one overbloomed in there. So, but 2 good new spikes. Yeah, all sticked up. So, if it's the Nelly Isler, one you saw, might as well just be the Nelly Isler. Regular form, standard lip. Or it could be the Stephan Isler, a more red one, solid red one, colored one. It really does make a difference to me. I love red Cambria type orchids, so this is a really, really good purchase. So just happened to stumble over. I'm also going to deal with my recently overbloomed Miltonidium Bartley Star. But firstly, I need a little bit more. Coconut puff fiber chips. one I'm using, the brand I'm using, yeah, it's Eco Grip Party Mix. But it's better now. It's not so full of debris. It doesn't take long to clear off the water. So this is what it looks like. Almost like sphagnum moss, pressed bricks. Yes. So let's add on some water, and we're almost good to go with it. I'm just gonna flush it a few times. I have this gorgeous little orchid. Overbloomed today. I cut spike. Yeah, it's almost over. It's ID. There should be an ID. I want an ID to write down in my folder on this particular orchids page. Bartley Star. Thank you guys for the name. I asked for an ID, so my bloom and spike video. So thank you guys. It's most certainly is the Bartley Star. But so nicely scented. Anyway, I decided to repot her after she finished her blooming, since I don't want to get and spread anything bad inside the rest of my collection. Now when I've been dealing with all of my orchids, spraying and stuff, I've gone over all of them. So I don't want to get anything new bad into my collection. So it's just been a bit isolated from the other ones. Quite a lot isolated. So, well. Well, not the best of root system, but well, there's quite a lot of good energy stored to her pseudobulbs anyway, so, well, they will provide her with the nutrients she needs until she'll produce another new root system, I believe. But as you can see, always this little plug of peat. Yes. But it's all right. In this case, well, it's okay. I don't think I need to go in there and dig too much. Nothing is moving, at least. Yeah. So. I'm gonna go and wash her. Well, now the mix is ready. A few pieces of a little bit more coarse bark to make the mixture a bit more well drained and airy. And perlite, charcoal, coconut husk fiber, and spag. I'm going to use this cheap Phalaenopsis pot. Now they come in handy with a quite high air cone to the bottom, which I do not want when I repot my orchids into semi-hydro, for example. I would like to have a flat bottom pot. So a little bit of electro beads to the bottom. As you saw, this orchid doesn't have a very long root system yet. So, where did she bloom from? Where did she bloom? Yeah, she bloomed here. And she bloomed even there. On this one. So she can put out, yeah, she's going to put out her next growth there. So need space that side and, of course, here. So, well, she will expand to both sides. Yes. Worst case scenario, so I need to make it, yeah, a bit more narrow. I need to stake her up and press her to the middle a little bit more. I wouldn't want to give her a larger pot, as her root system is such a poor one. Yes, that's not a good one. But as I say, yet they like it in this kind of mix. So it's going to be a good root system before long. I don't have any doubts on that one. I think it's going to be a climbing one, a bit climbing. So I wouldn't want to pot her far too high up in the pot. So much more to it, is it? So this is it for her, almost. I'm gonna finish her later on. Well, 2 months later, this is live show television. isn't it? The Bartley Star. Popcorn. Whatever. Shouldn't eat that stuff. It's bad for your health. Anyway. But what I should have done is exactly what I did do. So, yeah. At least in this case. Not in the popcorn case. Look. New growth there. In this direction. I did stake her up. I pushed her into the middle without any, nothing to tie this stake onto. But it wasn't needed, I thought. Yeah, a little new growth coming. And to the other side, the other direction, of course. Another new growth, but they're coming out from the very right spot. Not there. Where the least space is. It's there. So that's great. And this one as well. Just got a little bit more space there. Yeah, it's alright, I think. Looks a little bit more wrinkled. Since she's lacking a good root system. So it's no wonder. But there will be another one very soon as these small guys decides to grow and perform and create roots. So, yeah. I'm quite consistent with my nutrition of the leaves. Nutrition supply, shall we say. The neem oil, which will add a little bit of nutrients and hydration through the foliage instead when she's lacking out on the root system, as I said. You need to use the little little tricks you know of. Maybe not much has happened. Not much of a change, but anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that she's alive. And the treatment I did to her, yes, didn't affect her badly. I don't know, this little yellowing leaf, doesn't matter, I need to peel it off. Yes. Growth are coming on. Looking nice. Let's see if you can see any roots. I strongly doubt it after this short period of time, but we shall see. Nah, not much. But, well, there will be a root system. A new one, as I said. But I guess we'll need to wait, about 1 more month. Yes. There she is. Oh, up in the stand. Under the LED lights next to the Miltonia sunsets and Vandus and stuff. Yes. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please press the thumbs up, subscribe, and please do return. Would be appreciated. And yeah, of course, please do leave a comment. That would also be appreciated. Right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.